Okay. I should have had music playing.
Yeah, I was about to say, you always start off with some music, right?
Yeah, but I don't have any music playing in the background. I'm gonna just let people come in.
I'll tell you one thing I'm tired of hearing is that donation music you got.
Can I get that? I gotta fix that. I gotta switch it up.
Man.
I gotta switch it up. Can
I was watching the. Oh my god!
How you doing, Harvin?
I was watching the Inside Xbox
I need
thing,
that.
and it was just.
The problem is with that is that I thought it would only do that stuff when I'm in that scene on OBS. I thought it because I only want it set up when I'm streaming video games. I have a separate scene for that, and I thought it would only do that when I'm doing that. I didn't think it'd do it in part of every stream that I do. It's annoying, and I don't know how to stop
and
it.
now there's no going back.
Yeah,
because now you can't stop it at all, huh?
I gotta figure out how to. I probably gotta disable it when I'm doing certain streams. I gotta disable it. So we're gonna let people get in here. Please come on in. What's up, Latrell? What's up?
Round them up.
Pony up. Somebody said pony up. You know the irony behind that.
What?
Somebody just said pony up in the chat.
Oh man, I don't have it up. I need to bring it up. That shit's.
Yeah.
Well, that's a spoiler, but okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah. Would have been a
They're
nice
spoiling
segue.
it already.
Yeah.
Jeez, they're already spoiling it.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, if you guys can join in now, it'd be awesome. Shout out to Butch Luffy. He said fuck, he gotta work. I'll watch this later. Peace move. My bad, Butch. I would have started this thing like 20 minutes earlier if I just had the opportunity to. What's up, y'all? Okay. It's obviously this is it. The image you're seeing is for Planet PlayStation podcast that I'll be launching the first week of June, right before E3, so we can have our introductory episode before E3, and then after E3 we should be able to have a lot of content to talk about for PlayStation. The podcast will only be 3 of us, a lot easy to manage. It would be me, Kid Smooth. The other characters are, I went the unknown route. You might know them on Twitter, but might not know them on YouTube. And I think this is where it's going to
that would be me.
Shine best. And that's Honest the Critic, who's in here. He's the one that's dressed like Bloodborne with the anime character.
Yeah, gotta get that Bloodborne.
Yeah, so he's going
to... If I didn't take him, Kid would have taken him. But Kid wants to, gotta be the bot. Kid's gotta be the bot. Kid's gotta be the bot.
Yeah. And the other guy that's dressed like Kratos, you actually guys might know him. And it's an odd pairing because we typically don't get along a lot for many different reasons. But that is Rambo.
Which I need to get to know.
Or Charlie. Rambo, you probably know him on Twitter. And Rambo definitely has a YouTube channel. But, it is what it is. And people are laughing at this because I kind of rage quit the Inside Xbox stream, and then the next day I'm announcing PlayStation podcast.
The best bot. Wait a minute, the best bot. You couldn't even sit through Inside Xbox. What is that about? I was wondering. Now I was gonna ask you that in the comments.
I don't want to talk about that. That was horrible.
Oh man.
I don't like. No, this is Planet Xbox still exists. That's still going strong. We have a special episode of Planet Xbox tonight in collaboration with the Iron Lords podcast. That's where I'm wearing the Iron Lord shirt. If you guys can see it, we'll be doing that at 7 p.m. Eastern. Planet PlayStation, however, I wanted to take this moment to announce it and let you guys that know we'll be going live in June. I'll tell you the exact date for June on Twitter or another YouTube video in the next coming week or so. So it's going to think about this podcast, just to give you a heads up. It's not going to take place during like prime time like everybody else is, like during nights, because I have to work around Honest the Critics weird timing. My
weird timing.
It's going to take place during the afternoon. It's going to be like, it's going to take place during the afternoon. I'm thinking somewhere between the hours of 2. You got to be to work at 5. So it's like somewhere between 2 and 4, but it's going to be either on a Thursday or a Friday. Once I lock down that date, that day, I can give you guys the final date and we can go live then. But Planet PlayStation is a real thing. I've been working hard to find a cast that works, and it will be taking place in June. It features me, Honest the Critic, and Ramble. It will be an afternoon podcast, and that will be that.
And I'll be doing my best job to convert this man into the ways of PlayStation. Even though I play all systems, so I don't want to just put myself as a PlayStation guy, because I'm not.
Yeah. No, you're a straight pony, you know.
No, I'm not. Stop.
You are.
We'll let the people decide. But then again, it is a PlayStation podcast, so it might be tough.
Yeah. But hopefully you guys like the image. I wanted to do something that resonate with, a lot of people. I took the best typing.
There goes gaming.
PlayStation.
There goes Gaming Addict.
He said shit is trash. Yeah. Shout out to Gaming Addict. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today was something that I hinted at on Twitter. Well, not hinted at. I said to you guys I will be starting a Patreon, and I will explain. Why. So, okay. So let's just get this. This conversation is really tough because I know how it's going to come off. But I'm going to give you guys a quick little backstory about this and why now. All right. So 2 years ago, I created a Patreon page. This was before the Weapon Wheel Patreon went live. I would create it the same day I created my Apples and Oranges channel. The Patreon was going to be dedicated to help me get my Apples and Oranges channel up and running. But during that time, I wasn't really comfortable. Like, I had a hard time trying to explain to it or trying to sell the idea to people. I'm like, people gonna say I'm e-bagging, Hardy's gonna make fun of me, Black Bond's gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna just keep it in the background and link it in my Apples and Oranges videos, but I won't talk about it just in case, right? So it's been there. I never advertised it, and then once the Weapon Wheel Patreon started and got going, I completely pretty much ignored it and kind of hid it away. So I've always had an account to look at other Patreons and stuff, but I was like, no, I'm not going to even advertise it and bother with it right now. So I've thought about it again, and that's why I'm here now to actually launch it, because I wanted to find a better way to do it, and I wanted to wait until I actually have something to offer.
Well, it's been a long time coming. I mean, you've been on these YouTube streets for how long?
Well, too long, but I have my subscriber numbers don't show it.
I mean, hashtag bring back Nerd Smooth.
Nerd Boy Smooth. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
you've been here a long time is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So the thing is, I'm not a big fan of the whole e-bagging movement and stuff like that, and I don't look at this as e-bagging. I only feel it's e-bagging if I had nothing to offer or nothing to give in return, and that's why I kind of fell back on it, because I was like, I got this. What the hell am I gonna? I have nothing to give. I need something to give. I need a storefront. And YouTube, yes, is a hobby, but it's a hobby that is started to turn it into a second job. In no way I will leave my full-time job. I do have a full-time job. I do work, whatever. But
I think when they see the tiers, they're gonna realize this is gonna be another job.
This is definitely a job. I don't want something to say, hey, give me money, donate to me. I want something
it's definitely gonna be work.
That says, all right, Jerry, Kid Smooth is working for this. Kid Smooth is giving me service, like. So, and that's what it is. So, I came up with a couple tiers, and a lot of these tiers were actually inspired for things that I was paid to do in the past. But
you were already doing,
yeah.
But give it more access to more people.
So we're gonna talk about the Patreon. At first, let me talk about why I created it too, for once. You guys know I do podcasts, live streams, and I've been streaming a lot more, at least trying to get into the horizon of being like a streamer. That was one thing that was lacking when I first started my YouTube channel. And to have a big presence, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing or that I set to do isn't really quite free. So, for example, the podcast, whenever you play Xbox.
Someone brought up PlayStation. Someone brought up Labo.
No, that's fine. All right, cool. Hold on. Planet Xbox, Planet PlayStation. These podcasts, I want them to not just be on YouTube. They have to be on iTunes and SoundCloud. And SoundCloud, if you guys know, SoundCloud and these other services do charge like a monthly fee to allow you to keep uploading to their services and to keep that running. And so that's why people are like, oh, Kiss Me, why don't you upload this? Why don't you upload, when you gonna upload this? And that, my bad. And so now this would also allow me to have a better way of doing that. And now I'll be more disciplined when doing that. And then there's a sense of security that, all right, my podcast will always remain on a service where people have access to it, whether it be SoundCloud or iTunes. And just the other day, I found out, surprisingly, I didn't realize how popular the podcast was on iTunes or SoundCloud. I just learned that the other day, and I was literally about to cancel the subscription because I got sick of uploading and paying monthly. But that's all. And then, of course, streaming. I stream through Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch. And I want to keep all those options open. And of course, wherever there's a service provider that wants to charge you to do things like that. So there's monthly fees for that. So those are like my expenses for shit that I do with the podcast and my live streams. But now let's talk about what I'm actually, why I'm making a Patreon and what makes it different from others. Maybe it doesn't make it different from others, but the stuff was really inspired by some of the things that went on over the last couple years. So here we are. This is the Patreon. I'm probably going to, I'm gonna try to, damn, I gotta get, I'm trying to max in so we can see. All right, so as always, there is let me, there we go. I can just do that. And then, bingo. I found it. Bingo. And let me put this, wait, I gotta put this behind my photo. There we go, hold on. Boom. So now it can't, we're gonna, I want an easier way to read the freaking tier of what these tiers are gonna be about. And
I thought this was what pre-setup was about. Come on.
Well, yeah, but I forgot how. I'm like, when it comes to OBS, I'm like kind of like still half retarded.
It ain't a kid move stream without something going wrong.
Yes. All right. So there is a $1 tier, just a random support tier. I look at this stuff like that is, I stream a couple times here and there, and people pass in like super chats of whether it be $1, $2, or $5 tier. Just they don't even have a question. They just like, hey, what's up? Just want to show my support. And I'm like, why not do that instead of doing that? Because I could stream like 5 times in like one day, and you may not know if you've like sent probably a couple super chats, and that's like $8 just to say, you know, hello. And you don't have to do that. I know that's just support. And here's a simplistic one here where your dollar goes much more. And not only is it just like, oh, thank you for the $1, but what I want you to do, I want you to interact with me. I want you to help me make my channel better. I want some of you guys like my discussion videos and my reaction videos, and some of you guys don't, and some of you like or dislike it for the topics that I'm talking about. So here with this tier, I like for people who are part of the support tier to give to provide videos that they want me to do a discussion video about. I was talking about Too Human and Perfect Dark and Arise 2. Maybe there's a game or a game of the past or something that you want me to talk about that that you might have some information on, or you want somebody to go back into memory lane and like, hey, what could happen if they brought this back, and have like a discussion, or maybe you could join me for that discussion. A reaction video. Maybe there's a trailer or a game that I missed out on because I don't see everything. I kind of look for particular things I want to react to, but maybe there's something you're interested in and you want to know my thoughts on it. You get to submit a reaction video request from me, and I do it. You know, I typically do majority of my videos. If you guys know, I work full time, so a lot of the videos I do is done on Thursdays and Fridays, and then I kind of just schedule them out so they can do it. So I'm doing like 10 videos in a matter of 2 days.
You've been working hard lately, man. You've been putting out a lot of content.
Trying to leave the crumb side.
Listen, I can't keep up with all that content. God, to be honest.
Why you gotta send a super chat? Drop the next song, fam. That should be it.
Oh man, don't do that. Why are you encouraging this, man? Oh man.
All right, so there's a tier for the podcast that I'm doing. Planet Xbox is obviously a podcast we do. $5 kind of gets you a whole lot of stuff. None of this. Oh, he did the song. It's a $10. He wants me to drop a next song. All right. Thank you, Garuda Legends. All right.
Oh, great.
With the I'm with Planet Xbox tier, you know, we will, you know, you're automatically, just like the $1 tier, you're automatically going to get into the monthly giveaway, which I'll be giving away games, Game Pass stuff, sometimes consoles, which I've done a couple times over stupid bets. Why make a bet and bet a console when I can just do it to Patreon? So,
we might have to look into this song thing. That might have to become some kind of tier.
I'm not that creative. I'm not that creative to literally have.
Oh no, they'll give you the topic and then you
to make a song on. That
would actually be pretty good.
For Planet Xbox, you also get early access to after shows. Now, this is something obviously you guys are familiar with After Dark. It's nothing that's going to be locked behind any type of paywall. It's just that Patreon's going to be the first place I upload it, and I might upload it on YouTube like my next day off. So that's the only thing. Submit a gaming topic for us to discuss. I will be accepting topics from Patreon members to discuss on Planet Xbox. And these entries are automatic entrances. If you want to appear on a show, you will have the option to appear on Planet Xbox. You pick the show, you pick the one you want to appear on, and we discuss whatever you like to discuss for that episode. It's whatever. So, and prepping a Discord for Planet Xbox and the Planet PlayStation Discord, so that also grants you access to that Discord as well. Or since a lot of us, well, not us, a lot of people don't like Xbox, you can select the I'm with PlayStation, Planet PlayStation tier, which is absolutely the same stuff. It's just for Planet PlayStation.
Which we're gonna have to do some work to earn that.
Yeah, because there's no, obviously don't opt into this. There's not one episode of Planet PlayStation out yet. That will be June, but you'll get access. Gotta earn that. You'll get access to the give. Wow. God damn. All right
there.
You'll get access to the giveaway. You get access to the after show of Planet PlayStation, which would be an easier after show to do since this takes place in the afternoon. You'll get to be able to submit topics for us to discuss, and you could pick an episode of Planet PlayStation to appear on. You pick the show. Obviously, the Discord option you have access to. Sorry, just in case, because I missed it. And I want to make sure.
Well, I want to make sure you don't get to the best part. We should probably do. I don't know where you have it on the list, but I think you know which one we should leave for last.
No, it's in order. The last one's in the last order. The next one is called. All right, so this tier is actually. I'm going to let.
I came up. I helped with this one because
This one is called Pony Up, and it's a $15 tier. Critic, do you want to explain why this tier exists?
Well, really, because of course we need to get Kid into more PlayStation games, and what better way than to make the best bot have to play them for a few hours each? or even more. Who knows?
All right, so in this tier, I'm just going to see if their comics are.
Yeah,
let's see if the comments are going to react to the photo. So
They
anybody who's been following me day one and you've been on like gaming, like Facebook gaming groups, this picture is popular for a reason. I bought it back. This is the pony up tier. It says,
see, someone said best tier. I told you they would like that one.
I do not have to have the game, so that's the reason why. If there's it's like if you're donating for me to do this, it's expectations. I have to buy it.
I just gotta put this down. I just gotta say this. I'm not. That's not like I'm part of this, but I'm just saying it should be higher than 15. Just say I thought we were gonna do higher. Thought you were gonna do higher.
All right, but, so it says, you want to see the best spot play any PlayStation exclusive? Then here's your chance. You pick the PS exclusive, indie, or otherwise. I'll stream it live for 2 to 4 hours.
That is going to be lit.
The bonus is you have access to the Planet PlayStation after show, and you get one appearance on Planet PlayStation podcast to discuss with me the selected game you picked. We could talk you could talk to us about the game before I started or after I'm done with my stream. So,
which is a little good bonus where you can actually come on and be like, well, how did you actually like the game? What do you think about the game? What didn't you like? What did you like?
Yeah. And the disclaimer. The disclaimer is if I fail to do at least 2 hours, the Patreon will be rewarded $15. So whatever essentially that tier is worth $15. If I think the game sucks that bad where I can't do 2 hours, you'll be rewarded $15 back immediately. So hopefully that becomes popular. All right, so the final tier has been inspired by obviously some challenges, and I wanted to do something. I understand a lot of people has been coming together and putting up these large pools.
Omar was already asking, yeah, it's coming.
A lot of people has been coming together and putting up these large pools. There's been pools that's worth 400, 1,000, like 600. I've been offered stuff like that, and I like doing these challenges, but I don't want to make it where it has to be this excessive amount of money that you need to give me for me to play. You know what I mean? So I figured there's got to be a way where it's accessible to a lot of people to do, and I can do these challenges in a way where people can continue to do this, because I can continue to stream and make an event out of it. So I have made a challenge.
This one's definitely for the people.
And I tried to make it affordable, but it is a limited tier for a reason, because I have to be able to do it. So if you guys have any ideas or anything, questions or any adjustments you think I should make,
that feedback,
please give me feedback. But there is a challenge, a tier for challenge accepted, and this tier is worth $75, and I will only accept 5 at a time. So that's why it caps out at 5. Because I know what what I am and am not capable of. I don't want this to be a situation, God willing, I was ever to get like 10 to 15 people requesting this, and I couldn't get all those completed in a certain amount of time.
And this is good. This is going to be a tricky tier to pull
This is
off.
a tricky tier.
You're going to need a lot of feedback. You're definitely going to need a lot of. There's going to be changes. I'm sure there's going to be changes after a while.
Yeah.
But we'll see it. You'll see how.
But hopefully it works like this. You know what I mean? So challenge accepted. $75 or more. I didn't put or more. I got to fix that. But right now I have it set at $75. Right. You pick the game. You make the rules, sort of. Patrons in the challenge accepted tier can request for me to play or complete a game in a certain amount of time. If I fail or forfeit before challenge or hours is completed, Patreons will be awarded with a standard edition of the game of their choice. So a lot of these challenges start like I have to win, and I win a lot of money, or sometimes if I lose, I lose money. Like these are the stuff to keep me from betting. And so you guys could put me up in a challenge, and you have an opportunity to win something back, or to get something back from it of value. And I wanted to make it like really fair and worth something and still entertaining and big as possible. So it's my own
now,
thing.
Omar, I saw Omar. He was saying there's no need for this to be a tier, but it's more about making it accessible to more people to be able to make these challenges.
Yeah.
So it's more for the community than anything, because the time it's going to take, the time investment is going to be. I'm sure it's not going to be easy for kids.
It's not. If a game requires a certain amount of hours to complete, you can't request me to complete it in that less time. So if you put up a game that's definitely like 50 hours plus to beat, it can't be, oh, you have to beat it in like 10 hours or something like that. That I obviously wouldn't do. So it has to be, it has to be reasonable within the time that you think. And since now we all know I'm not no gaming genius or a god at gaming, so in most cases it may take me longer to beat certain games in a certain amount of time or whatever. But that's neither here or there. This tier is limited. I can only accept at least 5 challenges per month. So due to I have to do it in a certain amount of time. I can only accept at 5 per month. If I kept this open, a lot of people would probably do it, but I couldn't promise everybody when I could get to their game, and then I have to start prioritizing, man, which one do I do first, or you know what I mean? And I can see it becoming unfair, and I can see people becoming impatient for stuff like that. So what I want to do is we do 5 per month, if it even reaches 5. And once that challenge is complete, you can either stay subscribed to that tier and be a host of the next challenge in the future or the following month, or give somebody else the opportunity to come in to present a challenge. Now, and also, I think if people want to ante up, if they want to raise the stakes on it, I think it's fine if they want to do it outside of the Patreon. That is also good if you want to make it more. You want to definitely make it more intense for him to actually complete the challenge. Give him more motivation. That can be done too. And because there's 5 let in at a time, I will be allowing those 5 to come together and turn that into a pool challenge. So like I said, $75 each, and then from there on, they all can group together and then decide amongst each other that challenge. But right now, it's set up where I will set up to 5 individual challenges, or a pool from 5 people from that Patreon tier. Now, once challenge is complete, you could, like I said, you could leave tier or remain to issue a future challenge. Due to, this is a disclaimer, due to other commitments in my personal life, I am given at least 45 days to complete the challenge. So, and this was inspired by the Bloodborne challenge. If I really could, if I really wanted to, right? The Bloodborne challenge could literally still be going on right now. I don't know how it would have, because we're in May. Because remember, I had until E3 to complete it, and I was able to complete it within a month. It started March 6th, and I think I finished April 6th. So I need at least 45 days to at least get started, and then once I'm started, I mean, I can't stop. So I'm putting that pretty much that rule on myself. I'm giving at least 45 days to complete the challenge. It should be more than enough time, and that's about it. So that is pretty much the tiers of the Patreon. I think challenge accepted and pony up are probably the go-to tiers, is because I think there's more. It's given the Patreon has more freedom to do so. And the pony up, there's no limit. There's no limit on. It's not limited to 5. Only the challenge ones. I expect those to be harder.
With the name your song tier soon to come.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There may be adjustments later on. And like I said, this is to really honestly, I want to be able to. I know YouTube is a very competitive place. I'm not the biggest name on YouTube, and so I have a uphill battle to climb. That's why I've been doing as much videos as I've been doing, and try to take advantage of the time off that I have when I do have time off, because I'm not going to quit my job. I don't expect YouTube to pay bills. I mean, for a while, my pay from work has been like fairly supplementing regular bills and then gaming related expenses as well. So also, by the way, I do want to make this clear. If you are a Patreon to the Weapon Wheel podcast Patreon, I do not expect, or nor do I want you to leave that Patreon to come here. You can keep the your support there. That's fine. I'm not expecting that. Yeah, that's all. I this is more dedicated for those who donate to like the super chats, those who are probably sponsoring on YouTube, those who come up with the challenges for me on their own. It's more of a for that platform, and I feel it's more accessible. I think it's fair. If it's not, I'm sure you guys will let me know. At the end of the day, none of this is guaranteed. Hopefully, this can all actually fail, and it could stay a donut hole for the
people will actually be fair. Hopefully, people will be fair with the challenge.
Yeah, the challenge is, like I said, it's a risk. I'm putting myself like
it's going to be a tough one to pull off.
Yeah. Gamer Lives Matter. Like, is that the real one? Yeah, it's the real one.
I think it's a real one.
Yeah. So I'd like to know your thoughts on the my Patreon proposal. Any questions? Be honest. Let me know. Throw it in the chat, and I'll answer it. And hopefully, this works out. If it doesn't, hey, whatever. It is what it is. It was a good try, but
listen, that pony up. Listen. I'm with Omar. That pony up is going to be lit. People are already liking the pony up one.
The pony up challenge. Yeah, so in this patreon.com/kidsmooth. And yeah, any questions, please? Any questions? So I don't want to hold anybody up here. Oh, Gamer Life's talking about the 1K challenge. Give Smooth a 1K challenge. Oh. Yeah. Thanks, Grant Gross. Yeah. Instead of giving me the 1K challenge, you could pledge to the Patreon. Like, and I think it's, you gotta think about it. The Bloodborne challenge, right? Was it worth $400? And my fiance is still kicking me for, like, she was like, it was not worth $400 to do all that. This is I like to think this is actually a much cheaper buy-in for challenges, because it could I think it's very reasonable. I just got to make sure I can actually afford to do this. I really do. I got to make sure I can afford to do this.
Like I said, challenge, that tier is more for the people than a lot than anything.
Yeah, I got two tattoos.
That's gonna be hopefully people don't abuse of it. We'll see what happens.
If the challenge is unattainable, like if it's attainable, where I said if you do it, if you propose an unfair challenge, meaning if it takes literally 50 hours to beat a game and you tell me to do it in 20 or 30, then that's unattainable. I can't do it. Now, I did say if I forfeit or if I can't complete the challenge, like I lose, I'm sorry. If I lose, the Patreons in that tier, they get to pick a game of their choosing. Standard edition, not collector's edition. They win. It's like it's like a I don't want to say it's like a bet, but it's a challenge, knowing that, hey, I'm donating for him to do this game, but if he fails, I get something in return. Maybe that takes place in October, and that's a month that Red Dead Redemption comes. So I think it's a good deal.
They notice the pony.
They notice. Oh yeah, that's the pony up tier. The pony up tier.
When I brought up the pony up tier, I had no idea he had the perfect picture for it. He's just like, wait up, I got you. I got a picture. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It was meant to be.
Hold on.
It was meant to be.
Grant Gross asked the question. He says, by play, does it mean you won't beat the game? Now, for the Pony Up, I am not required to beat the game. I'm only required to play 2 to 4 hours. The challenge accepted tier it depends on who's issuing the challenge. So if the challenge is for me to complete the game, I have to complete the game in a certain amount of time. They have to be a timed event. If somebody wants me to play a game, they can set the hours that I have to play it. Like, oh, you got to play this game for 2 weeks or something like that, but not, or you have to play this game for like 30 hours. You know, I may or may not beat that game that hour. It depends on the Patreon and what they set. If they mark the challenge for me to beat the game, I have to beat the game. If they're marked the challenge for me to play it for a certain amount of hours, I just have to play it for a certain amount of hours. But it's any game of their choosing, whether it be PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, whatever.
Yeah, to address Uncharted 2 Fanatic, he knows that he could be making more. It's more about making the tier accessible, the challenge tier. Yeah. Because he's saying you made way more over Bloodborne.
I made over 400 in Bloodborne, but we're talking about my YouTube. It was for what YouTube was able to give me from the streams for monetization and advertising. I'm not guaranteed to do that. Yeah, it all depends on the game. Not every game that's requested is going to do that. Not every game that's requested. I don't think a game like Salt and Sanctuary or something like that is going to actually do what Bloodborne did. You know, I don't know if any game's going to do what Bloodborne did, but so. But I think we're about ready to. I'm about ready to get out of here because I got to start preparing for.
Yep, we gotta wrap it up. Gotta start heading out to work.
You got started heading out to work. I gotta prepare for the Planet Xbox podcast, which is we are collaborating with the Iron Lords podcast to do the show. We're doing our E3 predictions, I believe. We're doing our E3 predictions, and if you miss the first half of the show, I revealed Planet PlayStation podcast. So if you missed the beginning, Planet PlayStation podcast.
Yeah, and you did it with Master Chief in the background. Good job.
Well, Master Chief is in the back behind me because he's behind me. He's not in the. But yeah.
Listen, man, you have to learn to separate. Separate the two.
But the thing is, I mean, I would be more of the neutral guy in the conversation. So, in the Planet PlayStation. So just saying. What everybody's telling me to take GLM's challenge? It says
he keeps saying he wants to do another $1 grand challenge, man.
If he does it, all right. What I'll do is you can do it on the Patreon, man, and set it up. Your Patreon could be the $75 can be your deposit for the Patreon. The rest,
well, it depends. I'm sure it depends on the challenge. I mean,
yeah, it depends.
You can see what it indicates.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you guys on Twitter and in a few hours for Planet Xbox. All right.
Yeah, and people follow me on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Honest to Critic.
Honest to Critic. Yeah. So I can get that news rolling, and I'm pretty sure put down some entertaining tweets for everyone.
Cool. Good night, guys. Have a good one.